Well, today is a ride that Congressman Rooney put together to raise awareness and raise funds for the Veterans Airlift Command, which is a nonprofit that provides free air transportation to combat wounded warriors, their families, and others, and their friends even, for medical or other compassionate purposes.
Veterans Airlift Command gets wounded warriors home for the holidays, actually all year long, and their families to them if they can't travel. What happens in Iraq and Afghanistan, as the soldiers and sailors and Marines and airmen will tell you, is them doing their job, and if they get injured doing that, it's heartwarming to know that there's groups like Veterans Airlift Command they'll help them when they get home.
Well, one of the things, one of the problems we try to solve is just simply travel. If you can imagine going through the TSA winding down ceremonies at the airports with prosthetic legs, where sometimes these guys will spend as much as 30 minutes, sometimes even have to take off their prosthetics to be checked for explosives and that sort of thing. Flying on a private airplane alleviates that.
April 2007, we were in Fallujah. I was on my third tour in Iraq, and actually my vehicle got hit with an IED. It sort of blew me out of the vehicle. I happened to be okay, but I was trying to make my way back to my guys that were still trapped in the vehicle, and I took 5 rounds in an RPG, severing my left leg. Actually, I've taken 2 flights with them to go back to Walt's Reef for some prosthetic adjustments or some new legs that came out, and they've accommodated me. The VAs, especially in Orlando, Florida, they're great VAs, but they're not equipped to handle prosthetics or at the level that Walter Reed is, things like that. So getting flights back to Walter Reed and so that could become very expensive. So it's through these organizations that veterans do have a chance to get the best treatment out there for ourselves.
We have a volunteer network of aircraft owners and pilots nationwide. 1,300 of them who donate their aircraft, their time, and fuel and everything to take these combat wounded guys home on convalescent leave, bring them home for the holidays, etc.
I started with Veterans Airlift in this summer, and this is my 4th mission, and I'm doing the 5th one this coming Thursday. I get a personal satisfaction out of helping soldiers, and I love to fly, so it's a win-win situation.
This was sort of the brainchild of my own experience. I was combat wounded in Vietnam. I was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam, shot down and spent 6 months in a hospital in Fort Knox, 700 miles away from home. So I really know the value of reconnecting these guys with their world. When they're in a hospital, sometimes the healing process is slowed down versus getting home for a couple of weeks and being with their families and friends and getting back into their world.
As a former Army captain, you know, you always look for the opportunity to take care of your troops, as they say, and this is just one of those things that goes above and beyond, you know, what the Veterans Administration or the Department of Defense might do. I mean, this is something that's completely private.
One of the great things about us as military veterans, we take care of our own. And when you come out and you have rides like this, and you have an organizations like the Veterans Airlift Command, it just shows that we don't need government to come in and do it for us.
If you find one of these organizations, for example, Veterans Airlift Command or Building Homes for Heroes, just get on. Every little bit counts. You know, these are great organizations out there that are trying to do the right thing to help our veterans.
Donations can be made online, veteransairlift.org. There's a button you push to print a form or donate online with a credit card, or you can send us a check, and those are greatly appreciated because this doesn't work without the support of the Americans who contribute financially.
Sarah Palin's new book, Going Rogue in American Life, will be released on November 17th. You can be among the first to get your copy. Check out our incredible free offer for Sarah's new book. Just go to Newsmax.com and click on the top banner for this great offer. Act today.